This video is sponsored by Novorik, and they sent me their 18-inch chainsaw and 810 CFM blower, both running on a 60-volt system. They say it's built to deliver pro-level performance at an approachable price. So why would somebody buy this over the big name brands? We're about to find out. They asked for the test. You be the judge. Let's get to the unboxing. Oh, that's cool. Wow. The Novorik products come as a complete kit. The chainsaw kit includes 2 bar and chain options, a 16-inch and 18-inch setup, plus gloves and safety glasses already packed in. The blower kit even comes with a set of earplugs, which is a nice touch considering the airflow this thing pushes. Both tools run on 60-volt, 5 ampere-hour batteries rated at 300 watt-hours using the same pack and charger across the system, fully interchangeable. Top off the oil, snap in the battery, and we're ready to work. Fall's officially here, and this is the perfect time to test out these type of products due to all the leaves falling and just needing to do a general cleanup over everything. Now, personally, I love trying new equipment like this out, especially when it's considered the quote-unquote value buy. Specs on the box are looking pretty good, so let's jump right in to see what they're promising us about the Novorik. So let's talk about what Novorik is promising us about the chainsaw. It has both the 18 and 16-inch adapter running at 60 volt, listed at $239.99 on the official website. It's powered by a 2.8 horsepower, 2100 watt brushless motor and runs on the same 60 volt, 5 ampere hour battery rated at 300 watt hours. Novorik rates use time for up to 210 cuts of 4x4 lumber per charge with an estimated 60-minute runtime using the 5 ampere hour pack. The saw weighs about 4 kilograms or around 9 pounds bare. That battery recharges in about 2 hours with the included 2.6 ampere hour charger, and as we mentioned earlier, the kit includes both bar sizes plus gloves and safety glasses right out of the box. Now, as for the leaf blower, it's listed at 810 CFMs with list price $289 on the Novorik site, and it's running a 1200 watt brushless motor spinning up to 26,000 RPMs. Airflow numbers are 162 miles per hour at 680 CFM on high and up to 190 miles per hour at 810 CFM in turbo mode. Runtime on the same 5 ampere hour battery ranges from roughly 186 minutes in eco to about 23 minutes on high, just under 10 minutes in turbo mode. It's IP48 rated for weather protection, features a vibration dampened aluminum body, and keeps weight around 4.5 pounds without the battery. The kit ships with the battery, the charger, and a pair of earplugs in the box. Now, specs aside, both run on one platform, a single 60-volt battery system built to swap between tools. Fall's here at my property, and that means it's cleanup time. I've got leftover branches, a lot more leaves than I'd care to see, and I've also got a bunch of just miscellaneous wood that kind of got stacked up throughout the season. And this is where tools like this actually earn their keep. And above and beyond that, I've got my neighbor's house. They struggled with a massive branch of theirs that just kind of broke off and fell down, and we've got to clean up that tree. And I would say that tree trunk that we're going to be cleaning up is probably about 18 inches. So I'm really excited to dive right in. I'm really excited to get to the testing phase, and I figured we start off with this 60 volt cordless blower. This is rated at 810 CFMs. Now, for me, I have leaves everywhere on my property, and 810 CFMs is pretty impressive. That rivals my backpack blowers that are rated about 650 CFM. So I'm excited to see what this is going to push. Now, right off the bat, looks like it has a variable controller on the trigger, meaning the harder you push, the more air comes out. We have the turbo button located conveniently here. Now, here's what I can tell you. Harder you push and using the turbo button, the batteries usually tank, and that's what the specification's telling us. Here, what they did is they provide us a way to just have it stay hands-free and really give us that experience that we need without killing the battery. Sounds pretty good. Now, let's see what we got power-wise, just pulling on this trigger. Oh, she's got a little bit of boost. Watch this. I'll just put it here. Watch. I'll just hold it one-handed. That's got some good amount of power. Now this is probably my favorite feature because you can control how much power that you need and it just stays steady Eddie across the range. So let's test this out in a couple different ways. Number one, I'm not sure, but I'm thinking that in order for us to really take advantage of the air, is to use these attachments. And you can see how that tapers down a little bit. That'll provide more of a jet stream and really push that 190 degree plus air, or 190 mile an hour plus air out in a directional pattern. And we've also got this one here that seems to disperse the air a little bit more and kind of channel it wherever we want it. But let's just kind of get to know it. We'll kind of walk around a little bit, use 25%, then 50%, then 75%, then 100%, just to see exactly where it's at. And I'm guessing the sweet spot's gonna be towards that 75% on my lot, but who knows, might surprise us. Okay, we'll start off at 25%. How about the lowest it'll go? Okay, we'll bump that up about 25%, 50%, bump that up 75%. There's a hundo. So next thing on the list was trying out with and without the attachments, just see how it disperses the air. So I started without the attachment, and I will say you got, I would say, 100% of the topical debris, and then the debris that is just stuck underneath. And I have these maple trees on my lot, and those seeds really get woven into the grass. And it took out about 50% of them, maybe a little bit more. So then we put on the next attachment, was the funnel-based attachment, the skinnier one. That yielded more directional wind like we figured it would, but it also pushed out the majority of the little maple seeds. I'd probably say 90% were gone, leaving 10% or less, which is significant. Now this cut of grass is turf type tall fescue, so things can easily get woven in there. But then I got curious. I figured I wanted to check out that wider lipped attachment. So then we went ahead and put that attachment on, and it gets rid of the majority of the topical debris, but just like having nothing attached to this, it left about the same amount, maybe slightly more of the woven in debris. So my game plan at this point is I really like having the open mouth just to kind of get all the topical debris off and then going over it a second time to see where we're at. On average, I'd say I was using 50 to 75% of the power going forward, and it's sufficient. So then we move on to cracks and crevices. And this is where things get really interesting. Things got a lot of really good power. I get, again, those maple leaves in these crevices, not easy to get out. And after about 3 or 4 passes, can really get these crevices really, really clean. But when I put on the attachment, that funneled attachment, it takes it out. One clean pass. I got rid of 99% of everything. One small disgusting area was stuck to what looked like fur, and that was about the only thing that it left in that entire crevice. So power-wise, this rivals. On this episode of Will It Blow, we're gonna be testing out different size rocks to see how far down the line that we can. If you guys are wondering, for reference, about the size of my hand. I think we have pretty decent tests. Let's see how it does. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the variable throttle. Say about 50%. 50%. Oh, we had to change direction to get it, but we got it without the turbo. No turbo. 100%. Let's see if we can get it out of the ditch with the turbo. Out of the ditch with the turbo. Okay, here we go. Oh, oh, look at it move. Look at it move. Just kidding. Oh, there we are. Pretty impressive if you ask me. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 7. That's just about it. We almost moved the Big Daddy. She was flinching. Didn't quite go. All right, I'm excited to get to little chainsaw. Now, believe it or not, these are pretty handy. If you've never had one on hand, you'll use it a little bit more than you had anticipated for. So on my list for just testing this product out, I've got a couple of bushes in the back that I'm gonna be topping off. I'll explain that in just a little bit why. I've also got one of my neighbor's trees where the major branch fell down. It's like 15 to 17 inches in diameter, pretty big. Now, these are pretty easy to use. The one thing that you need to understand, personal protective equipment is king. These came with some really nice gloves and they feel like they're pre-broken in, very soft as well. I usually wear an XL. These feel about a large is what they feel on me. They also came with the glasses and I have my ear protection as well. I prefer to use a gaiter, just keep debris out of my face, and a hard hat because I've been hit in the head with branches before. It's no fun. It does have a safety here on the lever. This is your on and off. So we're gonna pull this back for on and then, oh yeah, baby. And you can see the chain, nice and lubricated. So let's get to it. This chainsaw cuts like butter, and it's not shocking considering we have Oregon-based tools on this chainsaw, which means quality is up there. It cuts like butter. I had no problems with small branches, no problems topping my bushes off. And really, we would have to go over to the tree and test that out. But the reason why I top my bushes is this. I have an area of my grass that gets too much sun. So at the end of every season, I top it off, and no, it's not going to shape the rest of the bush properly. So I plan on taking some hedge trimmers and really just trimming those pine trees into the shape that I need it. But that way my grass area is not going to suffer. So we'll cross the street here and check out this branch. The branch, we had a microburst kind of come through our area. Wind gusts were way up there and took out this entire section of the tree. Using this has been amazing. So let's try it out. Okay, so that was pretty awesome. And look how clean of a cut we just got out of this. It is just silky smooth, not one single sliver on this thing. And I feel like I got a pretty good cut considering where it's at. I don't think I would have done anything different. I was expected to be there for a minute or two, maybe 30 seconds. These chains are super sharp and I had no issues with it. But again, when you're dealing with good equipment, this is the result. Pretty cool. Let's get into my favorite part of the video, which is going over the pros and the cons of owning the Novorik tools. Now, first off, I never heard of these guys before, and that's what kind of made it fun, is that discovery. Everything that you've seen on camera is as is and how it works. Let's start off with the chainsaw. Normally, I don't like doing chainsaw videos for a couple of reasons. Usually they're gonna slap on cheap materials on these things, but look at this. We have Oregon quality chains on here. It came with both sizes, and so you don't have to go shopping for extra stuff. I got the gloves even for personal protective equipment. What's not to like? Not to mention the cut quality was amazing. I even took it a step further, spent some time just cutting 3-inch size branches here and there over and over and over just to see if it would give me any trouble, and every slice was smooth as butter. Just haven't had any problems. To have something that's working outside the box like this with minimal issues, installation pretty easy. I'm pretty happy with it. Even the gripper, the steel gripper that we had on the tree at my neighbor's house, worked as advertised, and it didn't go through as much oil as I had anticipated going through. So pretty happy with this thing. Now, when it came to the blower, they have this thing rated at 810 CFMs. You can see on camera, it pushes a lot. The recoil that you get on this, I actually really like. The chute isn't super long. I feel like it's a nice touch. And the fact of the matter is you can break this down really, really nicely and put it in a car and have it there. Now, as far as the attachments go, they work as advertised. The one that tapers down will give you more direct power, and then the other one gives you a broader spectrum blow that's very concentrated towards the ground. And I've just kept this over the last week by my front door, and as I come out, just kind of blow it off, see where we're at. I would say battery, as advertised. I've gone through it, recharges as expected. One little con, the batteries when charging, they're not quiet, but most of the high grade fast charging batteries that I've owned, they're also not very quiet. So the one thing that I would tell you on these things that would leave a little bit to be desired isn't necessarily the output that we have. It's just I wish the batteries were bigger. But considering this is made for the average user, non-commercial use, it's really hard to be upset about that. But let's get back to the batteries. The batteries are fully marked how much juice you have in here. So you can see I've exhausted this one, and when we get to this one, you can see I'm still at 4 bars. And the cool part is with the price that you're getting, you also get the battery, which that's what makes this a steal. Normally where the hidden fees are is the cost of the battery. These batteries, they last a while. At 50% battery, I'm not having to really charge this very often. On turbo mode, like I told you, you just have to be ready. It sucks the battery right out of it, and that's normal for these devices. So in the end, my experience was Novorik offers quality products at a not so premium price, which is great for all of us. I'll be sure to post a link of the product in the description of the video. Meantime, guys, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, hit me up down in the comments down below. You know I'd love to help you guys out. Next time, guys, is the Pest and Lawn Ginja. We're slaying lawns.